Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I'm back with another recap of All American Homecoming Season 2, Episode 7, Integrity. Yes, integrity. Like, do you possess integrity? Can you be honest with yourself and others? Well, let's get into it. So we're basically about to just go through it from here on out. So basically it starts off with them doing basically a recap of what's supposed to be going on through the episode. Long story short, I don't know. But Simone, she's kind of like, she's actually caught in the midst between a whole bunch of drama that she's really not trying to focus on. She's like focused on her tennis, building her craft, and the less drama she got to deal with, the better. So, and also, who comes there? Hold on. Layla. She comes there because they're doing some type of story, I believe, or just trying to, check out the campuses and whatnot. So she brings one of her friends who is also a Princeton alumni. So, yeah. So, Simone, she has to write this paper on integrity, I believe, for her history class. And she's kind of like, she don't know where to start. So she got a suggestion from, I believe, Keisha, because she stayed up all night in study hall trying to work on her paper. And Keisha was like, well, maybe you should ask somebody to help you. So she thought of asking Lando because they're in the same class. So she thought like maybe she should confront him about the whole Damon and the tape situation. And then also you get 2 for 1. Y'all can do your project together. So she put that in the back of her mind to think about it and stuff like that. So Keisha, she's in Dr. Pay's class for her dance. So come to find out with Layla and her friend coming there to check out the campus and stuff like that, she told her, like, listen, Dr. Pace does these mid-semester breaks and she cuts people loose. So Keisha's already on edge just by being in the class. Now that she found out this information, she's really on edge. So she calls back to some of her friends that I guess she visited to when she was away for the weekend in New York. And they was like, yeah, that's just what she does. So now she got to be on her A game. And she kind of stressing out over the fact that, she got to come harder than what she is. But everybody keep trying to tell her, like, let's calm down. You got to take a break. Because sometimes you need that break to help recenter and refocus your mind, body, and spirit. But, that's Keisha. She's on go mode. So that's just what it is. So next, moving along, we got Damon. Him and Lando are still at odds from, like, the last season. And come to find out by the word of Coach Raymond and Coach Turner that they've been picked to play the game live on television. So that was kind of like, at first everybody was for it, especially the coaches because they're back behind it. Damon was like, yeah, we should do it. But then Santos was like, nah, I don't want us to humiliate ourselves. But then again, JR back to the brother and was like, listen, that'd be a good idea because then it also gives you exposure. And then it also can show what our team can really do. Like, we are all black school. Like, come on now, HBCU. Like, let's put our name on the map. Like, show them what we can do. So eventually everybody came forth and was like, yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. So I believe Gabby and Cam, they were sitting in, like, I wouldn't say study hall, but it's like they lobby some part inside the school, wherever it's all white, that part. And Cam was talking to Gabby about he needed to find his duet partner because he has to practice on his songs and stuff like that. And Gabby was like, well, I can help you and stuff like that. But in up walks JR, and JR starts talking to them. And automatically Cam, he can sense when two people like each other. Like the flirtation, talking back and forth. It was just cute. I sensed it too. Like, I know there was some chemistry there because she's been like his wingman for like the past, episode or two previous. And you can see that there's some chemistry, like underlying chemistry. But JR really not picking up on it because he sees her as a friend. But then again, JR needed some assistance to help him pick out his game outfit, and Cam was like, nah, you go ahead, I don't need her help right now, I'll go figure it out myself. So eventually he let JR and Gabby, go do what they do. So he sensed the chemistry from get-go. He did. So eventually JR gets to his room and Gabby helps pick out his outfit. His outfit was fly. She felt like something was missing. So she pulled out some shades from her book bag. These shades were from A Different World. When Dwayne wore what was it, Dwayne? Yes, when Dwayne wore the shades that pop up, those shades are fire. He put that on with his outfit. He looked to fly. And then he had to put on his two JR chains, which is amazing. She ended up putting it on. And you could still sense the chemistry, like they were about to, kiss, whatever. But he get a knock on the door, come to find out it was his father. And she ends up leaving. He was like, thank you for your help. And she was like, sure, no problem. And then his father was like, which is the Coach Raymond, was like, what was going on here? What did I walk in on? So he was like, nah, don't worry about it. So he basically, Coach Raymond asked JR, how did he feel about, being offered the head coach position? JR was like, do you. If you feel you're happy with the job, take it. And then he went to go take a shower. And then his father was left thinking, well, dang. He's thinking in his mind like, dang, he really didn't really care about what's going on with me and stuff like that. So that probably was, like, he gonna, we don't know, but we gonna see. So that was that. Backtrack to Thea. She met Damon's ex-girlfriend, who's also there as a reporter to work on the sports stories that they got going on. So she basically inserted herself into doing this interview with Damon because I don't know, she's feeling like, I don't know, I would say insecure at the moment, but she's really going through a lot of stuff, but she's not speaking up on her issues or whatever the case may be. Maybe she need to go talk to somebody, but we will see. So eventually, long story short, they start doing the interview, and Damon was asked this question, and he was able to answer without no hesitation. And she was like, well, the old Damon would have like stumbled on this question. And she felt some type of way once Nessa's the girl. She said something about her tennis and how her recovery going. So she eventually just left out of the interview and, went her separate ways. Come to find out, when I believe Damon gets back to his room, she's there, dressed in, I would say her broad panties, set up the room nice with candles and stuff like that. And she's just like, she want to be all over him. And I remember in the beginning, I didn't really say this, but in the beginning, they was like, well, she was kind of scared about having sex with him for the first time because, being in a relationship is all new to her because all she knew was tennis. So Damon comes around and then she's like kind of putting her life on hold and stuff like that. And mind you, she never told him that she was taking cortisone shots. Like, so she's all over the place and you can tell like she's all over the place, but nobody's not saying nothing to her. But anyways, let's get back to this part. So she's all dressed in her negligee, whatever, and she goes to give him a kiss and stuff like that. She was like, listen, Cam is not here. And, let's make it special. But he's kind of like, he's hesitant because it's like, this is not how she normally acts. And it's kind of bothering him. So he basically tells her, like, listen, nah, I don't think we should do this. So eventually she catches the attitude, put her clothes back on, and then she leaves. So then now Damon is stuck there just like, what is up with this girl? Like, come on. It's really got to be something else borderline that's just hidden there that, you can't pipe his finger on, but whatever. So, we get to the game. So come to find out, no, before the game, that night, Simone, Keisha, Layla and her friend, they all were supposed to meet up at this bar or whatever. And Layla tried to come and talk to Simone. Was like, yeah, you made it. And she was like, yeah, whatever. She didn't really pay her no mind. She was like, whatever. So she's trying to talk to her, and Simone wasn't having it. So she was like, I know that you and Jordan been hooking up. I've known since Christmas. And Layla was like, no, we haven't hooked up since Christmas, but, we are about to be more serious now because he was there. So she's like, well, I ain't got time for this. She screamed like, I don't care, that it's still wrong, Layla. And everybody was looking at her like, she left, she was about to leave out the door, and Lando walks in. And he was like, she grabbed his arm. And she's like, yeah, it's cool, let's go. So they get back to the dorm, and they go up in the elevator about to get off on Simone's floor, and they start talking. He was like, so what was that about? What was that about your friend? She was like, I don't want to talk about it. So then she starts saying some stuff. Then she was like, yeah, so what's with you and Damon in this whole tape situation and stuff like that? He was like, wait, hold up. Before you start judging somebody, like, you could have just asked me a question and I would have just told you the answer. But you know what? It's all right. And they basically went their separate ways, and that was the end of the night. So the next day is the game day. So come to find out, everybody's getting ready to go in the lobby, and all you see is Lando walk up and was like, so you told Simone about the game, about the tape. He was like, hold up, we're not going to do this. So eventually JR came in between the two of them and was like, listen, we're not going to do this. Y'all hashed that out after the game. Like, listen, come on now. Y'all got too much going on for this. We ain't got time for this. So they were both with the separate ways, and I guess they went to the, got ready for the game. So they get ready for the game. Perfect game. It was before second inning. Thea was sitting in the stands watching her man play. Coach Amara and Simone was proud of her aunt with her little Brinkston attire, and she starts talking to her aunt. She was like, yeah, you are hard to get in contact with too. She was like, But let's get back to Thea. So Thea was sitting there in the stands watching her man play. And Nessa comes in. She was like, listen, you really are a badass, and you are a force to be reckoned with, and you look like you have it all together, but in the back of their mind, you could tell she don't have it all together because she's like so spaced out that she don't really know what's going on with herself. So basically, Nessa told her some good encouraging words, and then, Thea decided to get up and leave. So that was that. Backtrack to Amara and Simone. Simone tells her aunt about her integrity paper and how she got the problems with Damon and Lando. She was like, listen, why don't you just focus on what you're honest with? Oh, and about Layla. Once you focus on what you really want and you're honest with yourself, everything else will fall into place. So get back on the field. Damon, he's so close to hitting a no-hitter, which is perfect in the baseball world. So perfect in the baseball world that nobody really talks about it. It's just a good congratulatory moment for them and the team or whatever. So he was like two hits away from a no-hitter. So the umpire from the other team kind of like called him out, kind of like a foul or whatever the case would be. So his dad, the coach, took up to his defense, was like, listen, so in what instance is the strike zone? Come on, because I'm not seeing this. Like, you really trying to come for him like this because we're an all-black school. And they wasn't going for it. So at the end, the umpire kicked both Damon and his dad out the game. So they had to go back into the locker room. So Lando took up the step and came to plate and said, listen, Damon did a great job. I want to continue this out for him so that, show that I'm all about the team. So Coach Marcus was now in charge of the team, and he was like, yeah, that's fine. Just do what you got to do. He said, but you played 2 days ago. He's like, I'm good. So long story short, Lando did the last two hits, and it was perfect. They got that no-hitter, which is amazing for the team because that means they won, and it was on live television, so that's a big up for them and the whole organization to begin with. So after that, come to find out, Coach Raymond, he basically retired. He resigned his position from baseball because he feels as if, even though he was there to support Damon, Damon still sees him as his coach, not his dad. And he thought that that was a realization that he needed to focus more on his family and instead of baseball. And then maybe they'll come around more because even JR at the moment, he's not feeling him either. So after that, he resigns from his position and he gives the position back to Coach Marcus. And he was telling him, like, listen, Amara is about to go back for you, so you're on the go. So after that, I'm about to miss the part backstab. Simone, she was able to talk to Lando and was like, listen, we should be back. We should be friends because at first there was acquaintances with benefits. So that's that. So now she agreed that, she was sorry for talking about the whole tape incident and that she could have basically listened to what he had to say. And now that they're back friends, Damon congratulated Lando because they've got the perfect game. He was like, you good? I'm good. So, they pounded out. And, they was also told to do an interview together, so they're going to do that. And Damon asked Simone, has he seen Thea? And then come to find out, she's like, Thea left at second inning. So, yeah, you basically missed the whole game, whatever the case may be. So that was that. So now Damon goes back to his room and whatever. Thea comes to knock on his door and they have a talk. And she basically let him know, now listen, I've lost myself. I've been taking cortisone shots. And he was like, I told you not to do that, stuff like that. So now she basically broke up with him and she's going to try to focus her life and get herself back on track because she felt like he came in and distracted her from what was her true purpose, which was tennis. Yeah, because when you think about it, she would have never got hurt because of him. Because of Simone. Yeah, whatever. We see that she needs that space. So kind of find out, she went to Coach Lonnie and told her that she's about to get back into the game and, focus back on tennis. Then it shows Simone getting a text from Coach Lonnie telling her to meet her at the office. When she gets there, Coach Lonnie and her aunt is there. She's there as the administrative assistant. And come to find out, Simone drug test came back positive for an unknown substance. And she's now suspended and she cannot play for X amount of games or whatever case would be. And that was the end of the episode. Yes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what happens next week because I know for a fact there's only one person on that team that's been taking drugs. And that person is Thea. How coincidentally you tell Coach Lonnie you want to go back on the team, but you also been the only one taking drugs. So now Simone is livid and she already know who was behind it. Yeah. So y'all stay tuned for next week's episode. I got y'all. Y'all can check this out on the CW channel and the CW app, which you can watch the next day. Okay? So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.